This video is brought to you by True Tales of Buried Treasure, the largest collection of old treasure magazines in the West. On our website, you can search for individual treasure stories by region, or buy our original magazines themselves. To pay us a visit, please click on the link in the description. Enjoy. Arizona's Sycamore Canyon presents a formidable challenge to even the most intrepid treasure hunters. It boasts a legendary Spanish gold mine yielding ore valued up to $8,000 per ton, a hidden spring producing gold nuggets the size of beans, numerous unexplored caves and Indian ruins, and an abundance of Indian artifacts strewn across the ground, all potentially concealing untold mineral wealth. Despite the wealth waiting to be unearthed, Sycamore Canyon remains largely untapped due to its rugged and inaccessible terrain. Situated approximately 12 miles northwest of Clarksdale, Arizona, the canyon stretches some 30 miles from mouth to head, with a winding course of around 100 miles. The canyon, along with its myriad side canyons, is virtually impassable on horseback, and even wheeled vehicles such as jeeps find no purchase. Attempts to land helicopters in the canyon have been thwarted by the lack of suitable landing spots, while dense brush and timber impede progress on foot, often requiring travelers to crawl on hands and knees through thickets. The climate in Sycamore Canyon ranges from mild to extreme, with scorching summers and frigid winters, including substantial snowfall. However, the spring and fall seasons offer mild temperatures and a consistent water supply, with numerous springs dotting the landscape, including the one rumored to contain bean-sized gold nuggets. The canyon is home to diverse wildlife, including bears, mountain lions, deer, wild turkeys, various bird species, and a healthy population of rattlesnakes. The discovery of gold in Sycamore Canyon dates back to 1583, when Col Antonio de Espejo and his party of Spaniards first stumbled upon it. However, it wasn't until 1853 that proof of the mine's existence reached the American settlers, when prospector Clifford Haynes, fleeing from Mojave Indians, chanced upon the remnants of a small village within the canyon. Despite this discovery, subsequent attempts to organize prospecting expeditions were met with little interest. In 1878, a group of prospectors led by John T. Squires, armed with a map, ventured into the canyon and established a camp near the old village, where they began mining for gold. However, their efforts were soon interrupted by a war party of Apaches, underscoring the ongoing challenges of exploring and exploiting the riches hidden within Sycamore Canyon. One fateful morning, a war party of Apaches descended upon them, claiming the lives of 3 men, while the survivors fled back to New Mexico, never to return. For 18 years, the old Spanish mine in Sycamore Canyon lay silent and deserted until another fortuitous encounter. In 1896, a man known as Bear Hunter Howard, famed for his prowess in hunting bears, stumbled upon the mine while on a bear hunting expedition. Within a nearby cave, he discovered 2 weathered books penned in Spanish, which he later displayed in Flagstaff. Returning to Sycamore Canyon the following year to further explore the mine, Howard failed to relocate it. Despite dedicating 8 more years to the search before his passing, the mine eluded him. Even his friend Milt Farrell spent a significant portion of the 1920s and 1930s in fruitless pursuit of the elusive treasure. Since 1896, no one has laid eyes on the lost Spanish mine, although traces of rich gold ore found in the canyon are believed to originate from it. In 1941, Cliff Nelson unearthed $1,900 worth of gold from the cracks of an old Spanish arrastre in the canyon, sparking renewed interest in the elusive mine. Despite numerous explorers scouring Sycamore Canyon since then, few have stayed long enough to discover anything beyond occasional traces of gold ore, likely remnants from Spanish expeditions centuries ago. Indian Jim, a full-blooded Apache known for his love of whiskey, caused a sensation in Clarksdale and Jerome in the 1920s when he cashed in a sack of gold nuggets, some as large as beans, for $800. Despite persistent inquiries, Indian Jim remained tight-lipped about the source of his gold, hinting only that it came from a spring in Sycamore Canyon. Various theories have emerged regarding the origins of the large gold nuggets, traded by Geronimo and his renegade Apaches for weapons and whiskey. Yet, Sycamore Canyon is conspicuously absent from these discussions, despite the canyon serving as a frequent hideout for Geronimo's band until around 1876. Indian Jim's legendary spring could very well be the elusive Geronimo's lost gold mine. Given that Indian Jim was quite young at the time, he would have been young enough to have been a member of Geronimo's band. This offers a plausible explanation for his knowledge of the spring teeming with golden nuggets. While this is just speculation, it adds an intriguing twist to the story. This is as much as we know about the Spanish mine and the gold-rich spring in Sycamore Canyon from historical accounts. Everything I've shared here is based on factual records. Now, I'd like to share some of my personal experiences from my many trips into Sycamore Canyon. As a prospector looking for valuable minerals, a geologist seeking noteworthy rock specimens and fossils, and an enthusiast of Indian artifacts, I've been to the canyon several times, always on the lookout for lost mines and gold-laden springs. I can say with complete confidence that Sycamore Canyon is not a place to go alone. It's really easy to get lost in there. You can easily take the wrong turn and find yourself in a dangerous spot. Moreover, the rugged terrain poses numerous hazards, and cave exploration can be particularly treacherous. My home is in Oak Creek Canyon, just a stone's throw from Sycamore Canyon, with their headwaters nearly converging. On each trip, I've made some valuable discoveries. For instance, on my second expedition, I found a huge meteorite that weighed between 4 and 5 tons and was worth thousands of dollars. I tried my best, but I couldn't break off a chunk with my prospector's pick. It seemed as resilient as a rubber ball. I've found traces of flake gold in several springs, but I've yet to find any nuggets. I've found pieces of gold ore that assayed from $300 to $800 per ton, but I haven't found the vein they come from. I've explored lots of caves and found lots of Indian artifacts, including pots, bowls, and pottery, with really intricate designs. I've also found lots of Indian ruins and cliff dwellings, many of which have loads of artifacts. However, there's a big problem in getting these valuable relics out of Sycamore Canyon. When you're several miles from the nearest road and the terrain is impassable for vehicles, you're left with no choice but to leave behind the treasures you've discovered. While I've made do with less food from my pack to accommodate ore samples or small artifacts, a well-organized expedition with at least 6 people who can handle the harsh terrain and climate is essential for a prolonged search. With a bit of patience and some good old-fashioned systematic exploration, I'm pretty sure we can not only rediscover the lost mines, but we might even find some new, lucrative deposits. There's no doubt about it. The evidence of gold in Sycamore Canyon, along with its other treasures, is undeniable. You can get to the canyon by taking a well-maintained dirt road from Clarkdale, Arizona, which leads directly to its mouth. Any vehicle can get you to the road, but from there on, it's a hike. Sycamore Canyon is a rugged wilderness teeming with beauty, mystery, wildlife, and untold treasures, all just waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to read the original article or purchase the magazine from which it was taken, please check out our website, truetalesofburiedtreasure.com.